back. Today we're going to be doing a quick one. I've got a Hokkien noodle dish with chili ginger duck. It's going to be fantastic. Let's get into it. Right, so let's go through all of our ingredients first of all. Over here I've got Hokkien noodles. These are fresh Hokkien noodles. I got them from the Chinese market this morning. So I'm about to blanch them in a very fast boiling water. Then I've got the duck. Now I knew I was going to be doing this dish yesterday, so I pre-roasted this duck. I got half a duck from my butcher. I rubbed that with oil, a little bit of sesame oil, and I rubbed it with Chinese 5-spice and a little bit of salt, and then I roasted it on a 180-degree oven just until it was cooked all the way through and that skin was nice and crispy. So we'll be breaking that duck down. So over here I've got this is a Thai chili sauce. It's chili in soybean oil paste. It's a fantastic chili sauce. I just love it. It's sweet, but it's spicy. Not too spicy, but it's really good. It gives the dish a lot of body. So we've got oyster sauce. We've got julienne ginger, just some fresh ginger that I've julienned. Cashews, deep fried shallots. So you can buy these from the Asian supermarket, just shallots that have been deep fried. Bean sprouts. I've got echalot over here, and the echalot I've cut into, as you can see, I've cut it into, like on the angle, just some fine pieces on the angle. Then I've cut it into inch-thick pieces, and then I've left 2 behind, which I'll be using as a garnish later, so I'll show you how to prep that. Then I've got baby Shanghai cabbage, or bok choy, which I've quartered, and I've taken that core out, so I'll be showing you how to do that as well. So starting with the echalot, I'll just cut it right down the middle. Do this one the same. Put it right down the middle. Put the 2 on top of one another, and we'll just fold it up. Make it easier to cut. And then we cut just not so much a julienne, maybe a little bit thicker. And then I've got some chili, which I've done the same thing to, and we'll just mix it through the chili. We've got the 2 together. That's a garnish done. Now that goes in the fridge. In the fridge it'll curl up. So that's quite important we get that done early. Next I'm doing the bok choy. So we cut it into quarters. And then you've got that small bit in the middle that holds it all together. Just trim that off. Now in between all these leaves, it's quite important that you give that a good wash, because there's usually a bit of sand in between there. So we'll give that a good wash it all out. So with the duck now, we'll just take the leg off and just slowly start cutting the meat off the bone. And then once we've gotten that done, we'll just start shredding that meat. So that's just basically what we want to do. So we'll do that with the whole lot. So I've just got my fresh noodles. I've put them in the wok with boiling water. Just 3 minutes in the wok, and that'll be fine for them. Right, so the noodles are in the colander. While I'm waiting for them to cool, and while I've got a couple of minutes to spare, I'm just going to do a very quick sesame omelette, which we'll use as a bit of a garnish. So 2 free-range eggs, some white sesame, right, so I've just greased the inside of that wok, straight on. That wok is a little bit warm, as you can hear. It's not excessively hot. I don't want to burn the egg. And just take it right up the sides. Right, so I've just flipped it over. Just give it a few seconds just to set. and that's it, it's done. So we start off by frying our ginger. It's on a medium heat, just until it starts to go very light brown. Next I add my echalot that I've sliced on the angle. Now I add my duck. Thai chili sauce. So this is nothing like Thai sweet chili. It's a chili paste. So if you go to the Thai shop and you ask for chili paste in soybean oil or narok, which means hellfire, you should get something like this. Leave that in the wok for a few minutes just so that the natural sugars caramelize, and then we'll add our oyster sauce. Alright, oyster sauce next. Now that bok choy that I quartered earlier, as you can see, I've cut it in half. So I've removed the stem from the leaf. I'm going to keep the leaf for later, that goes in later, but the stem goes in first because obviously that's going to take longer to cook. To that I add 2 tablespoons of water, and I put the lid on for about a minute just to help that bok choy steam through. So my noodles here, which are still hot, I'm pouring about 2 tablespoons of sweet soy, ketchup minus, over them, which I'll mix through them. That'll give them a fair bit of color and add to that sweetness. Right, so the duck's ready now. Now I add my coriander, but just the stalk and some of the leaf. I've left some of the leaf behind for garnish. And this is bok choy leaf. Then we add the noodles. For this part I use a pair of tongs and a wooden spatula to do it. It's just a lot easier. And I use the tongs to lift that duck right up with the noodles and get it mixed through. Now I add the echalot that I cut into inch-thick pieces, and I turn the wok off. So now for the garnish, I'll start off with the omelette. To that I add julienne red chili and echalot. To that I add coriander, which I've just washed really well, and then to that we put bean sprouts. And again, it's important that you wash those bean sprouts. So then we mix that up. So on top of that, we put some deep fried shallots to give it a good crunchy texture, and plenty of cashews. Cashews is so good in this dish. And we're just serving that on a nice bamboo leaf, and then I'll put some chili sambal on the side. So ginger chili duck with Hokkien noodles and a nice bean sprout salad.